Rising home prices and sky-high interest rates aren't necessarily slowing down the newest group of home buyers. A growing number of young adults who are part of Gen Z are now looking for their part of the American dream. 9 News real estate expert Lane Lyon is back with us this morning. Lane is a realtor and managing broker at Coldwell Banker. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, good morning to you, and thanks for having me on.
This is such a good topic. Gen Z is 1997?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Whoa.
Hey, they're just getting into adulthood right now, and many of them are really smart about their money.
Clearly. So when it comes to this younger first-time home buyers, affordability obviously has to be a big concern.
Right. There's people out there going, how are they even managing right now? And you can only think about what it'd be like to be just starting out right now. But these are some of the most well-educated, tech-savvy consumers, and they have their eye on real estate, some of them, because they know this is a way to grow wealth. So they are popping into open houses. They are scrolling listings. And Corey, they're being creative because mortgage payments are a little bit of a challenge right now with the interest rates. I have a past client, in fact, who's buying a home for her niece, and her niece and a roommate will be paying her back.
Oh, okay.
So that works out for them, but we also have Gen Z home buyers who are saying, look, I'm willing to go out a little further out of town if I need to. Shared living situations, side hustles, even moving back in with mom and dad. I know there's people out there thinking, oh no.
There's no way.
What is he saying on the TV right now? But 32% of Gen Z home buyers are moving from mom and dad's house directly into a house they own, according to the National Association of Realtors. So they're very smart about this.
So they're going home for a while, saving the money from the job, and then they're putting it as a down payment. Usually these kind of first-time home buyers, the payments actually don't need as much down.
Correct.
You get a lower interest rate. So it makes sense.
Well, they'll be thanking themselves later.
And you.
Exactly.
Like, I remember when Lane said once.
Exactly. I wish I would have listened to advice like this early on, for
Same.
sure.
All right, so let's talk about what they're looking for, because some priorities really are changing for this generation.
They really are. In fact, Housing Wire just put out a list of trends for Gen Z home buyers, and I thought it was really interesting. Topping the list, probably not a surprise here, smart home technology is really topping the list. Gen Z is all about mobile devices. We know this. Lighting, heating, cooling, all controlled from smartphones, voice-activated devices. This is something sellers should be aware of too. If you want to capture that younger audience, be making your house a little bit more smart as you go. Gen Z likes to stay home, close to home, I should say, because they're working remote, full or part-time. There's a big interest in walkable communities with amenities nearby, even if that means getting something smaller to be in an area closer to amenities. Outdoor space is important. They went through COVID. Eco-friendly, energy-efficient spaces, better for the budget. Inclusive, diverse communities coming up in conversation. Aesthetic appeal, also important to this age group. They're visually stimulated. And easy renovations. We don't want to spend a lot of money fixing up this place, but if we have to get some paint and some elbow grease out, we're okay with it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Very interesting change right now with interest rates. Talk about that.
We're starting to see some hope and some light at the end of the tunnel, which is great, in the way of just some easing up with some of the inflation numbers coming out, some optimism when it comes to mortgage rates. Over the past week, we slid back down into the mid to low 7% range. There are some optimistic mortgage brokers who think we could see the 6% range if we keep going in this territory. And the reality is, I think we're going to have buyers from all generations coming back to real estate, even if this is a gradual decline in interest rates, because they've been waiting for signs like this.
Right, they've been on the sidelines waiting for it to drop. I know, I saw that big drop yesterday.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Now's the time.
Yeah.
All right, Lane, thank you.
Corey, thanks.